The Russian FSB, being under the deep shelter, kept a keen eye on enemy's actions. The absolutely confidential order to send a spy was immediately found out. Streams of coded information rushed on secret channels. Technologies of last generation protected safely the information from leak. Dasha Ivanova always thought about her family, even at work. Her husband, children and kitchen always were her true call. And maybe it was the cause of a trivial mistype that made a law-abiding family man and loving father into a top-secret agent. Search uncovered that Mr. Rubinstein had called a travel agency to ask about a trip to Russia and made an application for a Russian visa. It was decided not to prevent him from arriving to Russia. Within several hours, the FSB learned everything about the agent: where he lives, where he prefers to dinner, where he buys clothes, when he awakes in the mornings, and so on. The GRU command gave Major Viktor Pulin an order. Using the latest Russian psychological inventions, overthrew the agent's nerves, demoralize him, and make him abandon his subversive activities, thus neutralizing him. In 4 days, Viktor bailed out from the upper atmosphere. The descent was smooth, and being an experienced trooper, he managed to land in 3 meters of the agent's home. Moving quickly and sharply, Viktor buried his parachute in a flower bed, knowing that it would fully decompose in only 24 hours. As all signs of his arrival had been hidden, the real work began, harassing the enemy. After a quick but surely very detailed inspection of the area, Viktor began thinking of how to sneak inside and start his mission. Successfully getting into the departing Rubinstein's car, Viktor Pulin immediately called the HQ and sent a report of what had been done so far. Rubinstein had started dreaming of high wall of the Kremlin and his belly grumbling in anticipation of triple black caviar healthy. Only a lone black cat that crossed the road made him recall trials of the last days. But soon he arrived at an airport, and the beautiful look of his plane made him forget about all the odds. Arnold Rubinstein looked with satisfaction at his dainty car being loaded into the plane, and he was so proud of it that he didn't notice a tip of a coat belt merrily waving out from the car trunk. Never before it had been so close for Major Pulin. Viktor was determined not to let the subject from his sight, so as the car had been resting at the bed of the Atlantic Ocean, Pulin decided to take Arnie on a taxi by himself. Pulin tried to get the passenger to talk and give him a sightseeing tour around the capital. For his efforts, Pulin was rewarded with a tip. While Arnie, tired due to the flight, was receiving a key from his room, Agent Pulin was inspecting the new place and preparing to the 3rd stage of operation. Despite the sad mistake that FSB had made at the start of the operation, the true secret agent was found and neutralized. The HQ command decided to recall Major Pulin and stop the operation immediately, as well as to give Mr. Rubinstein formal apologies, award him with a medal, and give him cash compensation. It was a real surprise for Mr. Rubinstein, as he had always dreamed of visiting the Kremlin. The vacation that he had believed had been spoiled turned out to have a happy, unforeseen continuation. Arnie was a bit shocked because no one intended to explain him what had really happened, but it didn't matter. The most important was the fact that the guest would return home in an excellent mood. Viktor got into the role of a hater so deep that he couldn't stand of having fun one last time. A true fortune can't be measured by money. Viktor believed that his little parting gift will add perfectly to Arnie's joy.